I'm pleased to welcome you to this training workshop for transport operators on trafficking and victim identification. Since 9 a.m., we have been in this workshop building your capacity of transport operators on the indicators for identifying traffickers and victims, as well as incidences reporting, including federal and state laws that prohibit trafficking in persons and people smuggling in Nigeria. This training is a follow-up to an earlier TOT that was held from the 2nd to 4th of May 2023. Apart from the fact that it enabled us close a very important gap that has been left unattended to over the years, this training also provided us with insights to the inner operations of trafficking rings in Nigeria, such as the way billing of children into Nigeria within and from Nigeria to other countries in West Africa, to countries like Ghana, Ivory Coast, Cameroon, Gambia, and Senegal. Like from our interactions, we got insights of how Edo indigenes are being trafficked to West Africa countries that we've mentioned, to Nigeria and from Nigeria to outside the country. Also, this training availed us the opportunity to build the capacity and train transport operators on how to tackle the menace and to also strengthen partnership to prevent and combat trafficking in persons in Nigeria.
It's a great pleasure for me to be associated to this event. It represents an effort that the organization I represent, the International Organization for Migration, is trying to do for years in the country in the fight against trafficking in person and smuggling of migrants. It's very important to understand that it's not only a government will, but it must come from all partners, including the private sector that you are representing. Human trafficking is using transport indeed to move their victims from a place to another. Airlines are training their personnel to identify victims, but it's sometimes extremely complex for them if the person has not been abused yet. At the same time, the role of transporters is essential to provide them and refer them to the appropriate services which can provide the protection. When a victim is escaping and doesn't know where to go, transporters have a role to play in bringing that person to the appropriate safe space. And in this regard, I would like to congratulate the CDCI to have initiated this discussion, training and awareness-raising workshop with people like you who can play a significant role in curbing down this phenomenon. As an organization, we are working closely with the government. We are very privileged to have an excellent partnership with His Excellency the Governor of Edo State, who is personally very committed to curb down the trafficking and the smuggling of persons in the state. Those who have been victims, for them to discuss and spread the word around on the danger of trafficking and how they operate. So this is in this regard that we provide support also to associations of citizens to discuss, not only to provide them with, in case they have been victim, to provide them with the necessary support, but also for them to become ambassadors to others in the community to explain the phenomenon of trafficking.
I really must thank our partners, the Center for Development, for who've been partners. Even when he was in government, he's been doing a great work in the spheres of human trafficking. So, and I'm not surprised he pulled this. And he's not just doing a seminar. These are very important stakeholders that he put together now, because there can be movement without vehicles and mobility. And for some time, it's from research and the findings that we saw that you're a very crucial and vital stakeholders, and then putting this together and enlightening you about our laws. I'm sure he's done that, and about the different roles we all play and how we cannot even be accomplices without knowing of human trafficking, just by doing our responsibilities, by driving the car we bought ourselves, So please, this is not just a main gathering of people. I encourage us that every lesson we've learned here, that we should take it home. And as we have had the opportunity of gaining this knowledge, we are now also partners in stopping the hills of human trafficking. Because these people that are being trafficked and way bill, they are our children, they are our cousins, they are our relatives, they are our neighbors, they are not spirits.
The Deputy Governor sends his greetings. We appreciate the work the center is doing, and I was so glad when I came in here and met IOM, well represented. Your role is very vital because you have interface with our people, and to a great extent we depend on you, to nip this illegal migration at the board. So whatever is being done here today is not a formality. I believe it's not just an avenue to give our certificates, but to empower you to be stakeholders indeed in the fight against illegal migration.
My name na Osita Dema Samuel Osemene, and I may be the trainer, the facilitator for this program. Yes.
So how the training don't go and what will be the benefits and how it go to affect Niger people, affect Edo, and affect to create awareness for people to know say all it is when I tell them say this and that they traffic and that they do the transportation. How you expect the thing don't sink into their brain?
Yeah, if to say you day here, you go see and say even them find out say for inside the training, them benefit many things. Then learn so many things when it be say they don't know before. Some of them self even find out say they help traffickers that we don't know. So the training help where give them opportunity to open their eye to understand say waiting traffickers they do where they don't know before they can't know them for inside this training. And it also help them to understand those laws, government laws where they help punish traffickers and how they go take help victims of traffickers. And they tell you say this training go really help because these people are very important for this fight against human trafficking. If you watch, we tell them say at the end of the day, this their training, we want see result. Waiting the training go bring out after the training. Not be just make we just do training, make them go sit down. The training go come up, say they go get action where they carry out for inside their park. How they go feed, they help, they report. We give them numbers of security agencies, numbers of task force, number of NAPTIP. I even give them my own number. I say any time where they call, they still no work. But they even call me. We go make sure say the situation, they go feed the work, they do the work where we say make them do after this training.
Your name again and your position?
My name na Osita Osemene. I'll be Executive Director for Patriotic Citizen Initiative and the National Secretary for Network Against Child Trafficking, Abuse and Labor in Nigeria.
My name is Inabulele Clinton and I'm representing National Union of Road Transport Workers from Oluku branch.
This workshop where they take training and so, what do you want to take home and to tell your people?
We don't learn a lot about trafficking, and most of us for Benin, most especially we dey involved, and we don't know, say, okay, we now part of this trafficking. So we don't learn on how to reduce this menace, how to cover them, how to fight it, and we'll go back home, go back to our parks, go back to our offices, and educate those people that are not opportune to be here, and try our bit to stop this trafficking menace.
The thing where I don't take from this place be say, make we stop child trafficking. You get some people we go just come for park say they won't buy 5 to 6 tickets, and now small children they won't carry come out from their place. Their mama, their papa no go know. They go just carry them go they do all this yama work where be say small pikin no fit do. So now waiting I don't learn be say I supposed to tanda chook eye for the matter as person. Make I no just talk say the matter no just consign me. Now only government, you only consign. You also consign me because I dey work for park.
If you tell the people where you they represent and your name?
I dey represent FX executive for Uselu, Abi Chidi Sunday.
My name na Godwin Oigboche, the general manager of Faith Motors. This workshop where we go, so it is open our eye. At least we will go back to our park and tell people say this trafficking, human trafficking, when they talk, it's not good at all. Because so many things when we see for park, and it happened for here today. Like the one when I talk, when the program they go on, they say, somebody will say, make we pick am for road, and you go pay the transport at this thing. We don't even know whether the person are trafficker or what thing they do. So I will go back to my park, and I sure say other the transport owners too, they go back to their park and educate our staff, the ticketers, the supervisors, and the managers under us, so that this thing will stop. And by special grace of God, we will do it.
My name is Chiedugbe. I represent Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria, RITIAN, Edo State chapter.
You don't did this training for some hours since. Waiting you learn here where you dey take home to go tell your people.
What I learned today now how to identify the trafficker and the victim. The person, the trafficking person, and the victim where they carry. At least we don't see now say when they come our park, we will know from the way the trafficker they do and the way the victim be. And once we don't see that one, it's now for us to call the relevant people, NAPTIP, police, and the other people, to alert them. Once we identify them, we go call them so that they can take them to the appropriate quarters. And this one now will help to reduce this human trafficking, which we say you don't hold everybody for neck, and is a bad name to the country. So our own part we will play so that we will see boost the image of the country to reduce this human trafficking.
If you did the meeting, you go realize, say, we tell them, say, we go come see them. We don't put in monitoring and evaluation team. When you go, they go from park to park to they monitor them and evaluate waiting this training don't they do for the parks. From our own small observation so far, we discover, say, after the last training, weight billing of children don't they reduce. Most of them, when it come today, the park chairman, they can't tell us, say, after the last training, when we do for May, when they go back to their park, they can't tell all their drivers, they carry them sit down, can't tell them, say, no more weight billing of children. And as they come today, they tell us, say, if they discover any little child, when they won't carry travel, or if they discover, say, anybody come with girls, small girls, 15 years, they come like 5, 4, 3, 2, they go ask them questions, say, what una they can't do for you? Where una they go? Who una they go meet? If their answer not clear, they go drive them. They don't do that one now. And because of the first training when we do, now all those ones start. So after this training again, we go still go back. Because these numbers now 40 people we train. We go back to different parks to go evaluate and monitor what they do there.
You notice that only motor park be the only transportation where we say they do this thing. And I never pour for another area where we say when the suspects say they still use those areas that they do this transportation.
For now, the area when we focus on road transport, and we don't map out Abuja routes and Lagos routes. So now those areas now we focus on now. Later on, it be like say we're going to enter airports. Like Benin Airport now, we will come begin train the security people in the Benin Airport and the airline people on how to identify traffickers and victims and how to report when they see small girls for airport. They go feed the report to law enforcement. We don't carry out small sensitization with posters when we put for park, so that when parents come, they go still see them. The general public will still see all these posters. And we also plan to put billboards for strategic locations. Those billboards will help us to reach more people. And as I follow you the talk so now for TV, parents go still see them, they go still understand. This training when we do now, it will come out for newspaper, TV, radio. Parents, through this process, parents go still they get information. See waiting, don't they go on. And if you notice, government representative, they come. The deputy governor, we want to thank him to his same representative, the permanent secretary for government house, come, and the secretary of Edo State Task Force Against Human Trafficking, she still come. All those ones go send strong message to the public, to parents for house. Say government don't support us to reduce human trafficking and irregular migration for Edo State.
Before you go, if you tell our people your name.
My name is Emmanuel Sule. Now, me be the Executive Director of Center for Development and Cultural Interchange.
Now for human trafficking matter, we don't sit down gidigba for this training since morning. We don't see on the way, even the NGO people, the CDCI, we can't train these people over human trafficking matter. We can't see and say, majority of these transporters wait turn out for year. Over 40 members, they come from different parks today for Edo State, come attend this training. And we can see and say, the training sink inside their head well. What if the training matter? They begin to let people understand, say, the human trafficking matter, not be saying that the people they carry that they're going to trekking on a horse, they take they do to the transportation. Now motor parks that they carry, then they go. They say, may they begin to talk to them, may they let them understand, say, this thing not be waiting good at all. May they enter different parks, may they make them understand, say, this park matter when they carry people. So we say, one person could just come, he will come with like 15 persons, he will divide them into different vehicles, carry they go on that place where they carry, they go. All this thing are human trafficking. Say, may the team, they need to put stop to it. And the transporters and transport owners, they here, since listening to the training. People from IOM, they here, people from Edo State government, they here, human trafficking task force, they here since they lecture these people well, and the people, the matter enter their ear well. We say make we begin to make them understand, say, this NGO, where they call CDCI, where they led by the Executive Director Emmanuel Sule, Tanda here gidigba with his team to make this people understand, say, this thing not good, this thing not be what is supposed to take place, this thing not be what is supposed to continue. Now what they need to stop, pata. They say they will begin to go different parks, they go put their big boss there, stop human trafficking and stop transportation of human trafficking. They don't put the whole thing for grant, and the training will also make we stay, make we look how I go begin to work out. My name is Sirme Nosa Ere, TMC TV News.